My name is Ian and welcome to Planted. In this episode, I want to share with you some gardening myths that just need to be fully understood to allow you to have more success with plants. Now, all of us have got somebody somewhere that gives us tips and tricks, but sometimes maybe they don't have a full understanding of the situation or the science behind it, and you willingly take on their instruction, although it is not going to help you as much as it could. So in this video, I've got 5 gardening myths that I'm going to hopefully correct and allow you to have a lot more success with plants. Let's go. First on our list is watering. Now, one of the biggest gardening myths I can think of is that you cannot water in the afternoon. Well, it's just not true. The truth is that you probably shouldn't water in the afternoon because a lot of that water will land on foliage, land on the surface of your plant area, and the heat of the day will evaporate it. So only a very small amount of water that you apply can actually be taken up by the plant. But let me put it this way. If you're thirsty at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, would you wait until 7 p.m. at night to have a drink of water? The answer is you wouldn't. But here is the trick. You want to stop watering the foliage and get that water around the roots. And I find the best way to do that with a dry plant is with your hose, aim it low down at the base and count to about 10 seconds, doing a big circle. After 10 seconds, you need to take that hose somewhere else for a few minutes. And what you do is you allow the water you've applied to soak into the roots of the plant, rather than it reaching what's called runoff, where it starts to move across the surface and move away from the plant. You come back again later and give it another 10 seconds on a nice wide arc, not just at the base of the plant, but at the roots a foot, 2 feet, 3 feet away. That's where the water needs to be applied. And then you do it again a third time. And this allows that plant to take up water over a long period of time with a minimal amount of water evaporating. There's a lot of confusion when it comes to putting a plant in the ground and adding fertilizer. I've had many people tell me, and I've seen this myself, that when you put a plant in the ground, you should add a handful of fertilizer and put it in the bottom of the planting pit. This is just not true. That can be strong, it can be caustic, and it can get the plant growing incredibly quickly soon, only for it to be quickly depleted. You're much better off putting that same quantity of fertilizer in a 2 foot or 3 foot or 4 foot diameter circle around the edge. And that means that you're feeding a much larger area of soil in a much weaker concentration. And you will be encouraging the plant roots to come out of the root ball into this new soil with a weak solution of fertilizer that they can readily use. A myth that I frequently come across, in particular when my friends have got children, is that of growing seeds that they get from fruit that they buy at the store. Now, here I've got a peach, and it's very soft and delicious, and what we have in the middle is our pit. Now, this is where it gets a bit complicated. You could grow this. You could dry this out, put it in a pot, give it some heat, and it might germinate. That means it's viable, the ability for it to grow. It's a bit like a car. You can have a car, but it doesn't run. It's still a car. This is a seed. Will it germinate? So if it germinates, that means it's viable. Many of the seeds you get from peaches, oranges, avocados might not be viable. They might not have the ability for it to germinate. So once it's germinated, you've now got this newfound free plant, which could be quite special, but you don't know what variety it is. Now with peaches, they need some heat to ripen. They do grow in northern climates, but they do need some heat. An avocado is a really good example of how you get this beautiful fresh growth and beautiful foliage, but it will never fruit. The reason for it not fruiting is that it doesn't have suitable growing conditions. It doesn't have enough heat, and it might be growing on a windowsill in the winter, particularly in a cold climate, and these are not ideal conditions. So if you think that you can take a seed from a store-bought plant and it will reliably grow you fruit, it's a very, very small number of situations where that could happen. But it is great fun. If you've got children and you want to grow pits, I encourage you, but you really are not going to corner the peach or the avocado market to the degree that you might think you will. But it is a fun project. The next subject is more of a bad habit, rather a terrible habit, rather than a myth. The myth is that using a tiller helps improve your soil and that it will relieve compaction. Well, that is true, but a tiller rapidly turns up the soil and it shatters the soil structure. And it's that soil structure that gives your plants life-giving nutrients, oxygen and water. The reason we use a tiller is that chances are we know a friend or a neighbor that's got one and we get to borrow it. When that tiller is wheeled out and you fire it up and you do your first row, it's very gratifying. There's an instant change. The soil, if it was once hard and lumpy, is now much more open and easier to work with. And we take that as an advantage and a benefit. It's a very, very short-term benefit. Once it rains, the water will move those particles and the whole thing will settle and it will start to get even harder. Frequent use of a tiller is not recommended. This next subject is very dear to my heart. I like my collection. I've got some choice plants that are not easy to find, but just because you can't find it doesn't mean that it's rare. What it means is that nurseries don't readily grow it because not many people want to buy it. If they want to buy it, they would happily grow it. And this is why big box stores continually stock the same plants, because they sold last year. This is the beautiful Christia. Now, I couldn't go into a store and buy this, so I bought the seeds online, and I featured this before, and you can now see it's growing nicely. It's not rare in that it's difficult, it's just rare in the fact that you can't find it. So don't be put off by those plants that somebody might say are rare and jack the price up. If you look carefully and start a plant collection, you might go for a particular color or a particular leaf shape, and that can be where your collection starts. But this plant, the only way I was ever going to get this plant is by growing it from seed. And this is the point I want to make. Rare plants are not difficult, they're just hard to get hold of because not many people grow them. So that's it for this episode. I hope these videos are of use to you. I want to give you confidence to go out there and do the right thing. I noticed that the theme of my videos are based around plants and planting. If you get the plants and planting right, everything else will take care of itself. So on that note, thank you for watching. Bye for now.